Look at her go.
Yes, I think we'll, okay.
Where's she going?
Admit Sheila also.
Oh, I don't have the flag today.
We have
Yeah,
one.
we got one.
Oh, we got one up here.
Byron, picture of flag.
Hi, Sheila.
Oh, there she is.
Sheila.
All right, stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I hope the auditors don't mind. I forgot to open the meeting. This meeting is now called to order of the Coyote Valley School District Board of Directors. Thank you all for being here. All right, Peanut Gallery. All right, we'll start out as we usually do with a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our regular meeting of January 22nd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to accept those minutes.
Thank you. Mike, is there a second? Okay, Kevin. Any corrections or things that were said or not said that need to be said or unsaid? Okay, none. All those in favor of approving those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is everybody. It's unanimous. So move right on to a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Any additions to that agenda that we need to add or things that need to be taken off? Hearing any, all those in favor of adopting tonight's agenda say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous. So we're going to start this night meeting off right off the bat with an executive session. No more than 15 minutes, could be as little as 5.
Okay.
So those of you who want to wait for us to come back, stay where you are. little longer, sorry.
Just a minute.
Okay, are we ready? To continue? To continue. We're ready to move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Well, I'll ask, are there any questions?
I had no objection.
It's okay.
You ask.
With the Fred Orr Memorial Ball Field. That's, I mean, we're talking about building one out here, right?
Mhm.
Sooner or later.
Mhm.
Actually, on the first sentence, that it says $800, then they come down and then they want $1,200. Right, 212, wherever that is, let me see if I can.
The $1,200 for the year though?
Oh, you're
Not
right.
to exceed.
Do you know what that is?
It says not.
Is
to
it 8 or
exceed.
1,200?
They raised it to 1,200.
On the agenda, it says.
But it
Not
says
to exceed, so what did you make?
Right, but it says pay the, at the top it says 800, pay the fee of 800, and down under one, it says pay the facility use fee of 1,200. It's 1,200?
It's 800.
Okay,
And we need to change that.
I feel like last year we had that.
Yes, we did have
Did we?
something.
I think it was, the amounts were in there too.
I had 2 or 3 people review the contract, but we'll do that a better job next time. But when you approve, if you can just make that note in the motion.
That it
That
needs
it's
to be
1,200.
changed to 12, or that it's
Yeah.
1,200, okay. Well, then,
We did.
we kind of need to do that.
Yeah.
So I guess what we need to do we've already we've got a motion,
Right.
but we need to change the motion.
Yeah.
So,
I'll just amend it to say that instead of 800, we're gonna pay 1,200 on Fred Orr.
okay, is that gonna pass
Mhm.
state auditors?
Mhm.
Okay. How about Robert's rules?
He's not here.
Okay.
I think so.
Robert
I
didn't
think
come,
he
he
did.
loses, right?
Right.
Okay. So, it's $1,200 for the Fred Orr contract. All right, and I'm not hearing any other questions. Thanks, nice catch on that. So then all in favor of the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
There were none opposed. I said aye too. You sure you didn't want to ask questions?
That was my question.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's move on then to reports.
We lost a power outage at a basketball game against Chief Leshai, and so I have had several people ask me, why don't you use a generator? So I engaged in conversation with Bill the next day, and we received the generator, of course, through a FEMA grant, federal emergency grant. And so then in asking Bill questions, Bill, I'll let you take over and explain how it was set up and now what we're doing so that if that happens again, it will come on.
So we should have been playing that game in a hurricane, right? So we could use it.
Yeah,
But it's not an emergency, is it? I guess it kind of is.
kind of is. So,
That's
yeah.
the difference, though.
Team
What we're trying to do,
Y'all
it's set up as an emergency generator, but what we're gonna do, I talked with Bill Paul, we're gonna set it up as a standby generator. And so there's some things we have to do, so I've already got that in place right now. We went ahead and I had Electric come out, run a bunch of new conduit and string the fire alarm system out of this part of the building into the 2000 building. So when the generator comes on, it will light up the whole 2000 building is where it lights up. So we'll get everything there. Right now, the fire alarm system used to be half was over here, half was over there. Now we have everything tied into the 2000 on that side of it. And so the fire alarm system is now all the way powered by the generator. So that is a thing that we have to have.
So
Go ahead, Ron.
so it's only hooked up for the new building?
is
So
what
it
you're
was up to
saying?
the 2000 building.
So then why didn't it come on when the fire alarm went off?
When fire,
I mean, if they don't come on,
because it wasn't turned in automatically.
oh, when the lights go out, it doesn't do an alarm.
We can, it will.
Because if you have a thing that goes on in the community and they need to get people here, if the lights go out, it should come on, shouldn't it?
It can, it has an automatic switch as well. And so all you have to do is flip the switch to it. So you can
Oh,
put it
okay.
into automatic.
So it's not an automatic, is what,
It's not automatic, it's current.
but shouldn't it be though?
But that's what we're doing. We're setting it up so it will be an automatic, so that when it goes on to standby, we're gonna turn it on in October, leave it in automatic, go through the season, have it on there, so if it kicks on, everything's up and running.
Well, I'm a
So
little
Only
behind.
the- Only the 2000 stuff works. This side doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work? I mean, the lights won't
It
come on?
wasn't hooked up to the building or to the generator.
So when the generator was put in,
So those fire alarms didn't work on this?
it fed the booster panels to this side, or didn't feed the booster panels to this side. So what we did is we ran the new conduit up through the attic space to the 2000 side now, so that it does run the booster panels to this side. So we have a complete working fire alarm system. So that can run, because the booster panels keep it on, but all your lights and everything else is gonna go out on this side. You won't have anything that you can, it's not a working side of the building. 2011 side does not work.
So what happened in the basketball game? There were no lights, not even emergency
We
lights?
all had our phones.
Phones.
You're kidding.
Our phone lights.
No.
Isn't that some kind of violation not to have those
Well, no,
emergency
no,
lights?
Bill, there were some lights on. In the main gym, there was no lights on. Out in the hallways, were these hall lights were
Oh,
on.
Exit lights. you
Because
go-
I walked out this way and went out that door, we were parked over there.
Oh.
And they had lights on, but they said they only last for 30 minutes and they go off.
It lasts about 3 hours. Is what they do. And then we just went through and changed all the exit lights and stuff around.
So did anybody break their neck or a leg or anything getting out?
No, everyone was really.
And that's what the good
They
thing
were
is.
like
This is- The nice thing that will be is that when we turn this on automatic, if it goes out, it's gonna kick right back up.
Oh,
So it's gonna
okay.
kick back on, you're gonna have everything powered up.
And then you have all of your required for safety for fire. That's the big thing, that if only one part of the building is, unless we're have converted the whole 2000 part into a Red Cross station is what it was originally designed to
Yeah.
do. So this makes everything on the fire alarm system. So if there are janitors in this part of the building, whatever, then we're all taken care of under code.
Yeah, so I'm working with Bill Paul, we're getting that all figured out.
Okay, so
next
if there-
week we'll be all set.
So if there are janitors on the side of the building and the power goes out, the emergency lights will still come on in this part of the,
Yeah, the emergency lights come up, but they'll go out.
after a while,
Yeah, they'll go out.
but the janitors would go home before then.
Well, yeah, but if we're holding a game, we're
Right,
not going anywhere. We gotta finish up this.
sure, sure.
So we're just trying to work through the bugs, get it turned on, to where in October, we turn it to automatic, we leave it on throughout the entire season, and we're just good to go.
So who, oh, did you?
How will that work? Like if it goes out during school, will you guys still be able to?
Those kids have to stay at school and the other ones get to go home.
That's what I'm wondering.
No, no. All that's doing is running the 2000 side of the building.
Mhm.
And so the building built for 2011, that's all it's running. So you're running your cafeteria, you're running your gymnasium, you're running your shower rooms, you're running all that. But these doors, where these doors close, from the doors back to here is completely out of power. There's nothing here. It's just a few exit lights and some safety lights that stay on for a few minutes, for about 3 hours, and then they'll go out.
And
And so,
then,
but you'll have that whole other side that's functional. And
right,
so the fire alarm, which was part of it was here, so it would have put the panel into trouble. Now it won't put the panel into trouble. Everything is up and working the way it needs to be.
what if there had been, in the old way, what if there had been a fire in this section? Would it have turned up on the
Batteries, it
alarm
has
because it
batteries.
was all the other thing?
It has batteries.
Okay,
So for emergency, it's okay for emergency that it's on battery backup on the side. Now we're powered.
oh, gotcha, okay.
Now we're powered up. Now we've got a generator.
From the
power.
generator?
Yep.
And the generator can handle that?
So what it is, the generator is powering the entire service to the 2000 building.
Gotcha.
Everything tied into that 2000 building, so it's right to that big.
Well, and that makes sense, because we don't need this in a Red Cross, and we wouldn't necessarily
No.
need this side of the building right away.
Correct. We're a Red Cross shelter, and that's that side of the
That's-
building
Mhm.
to set up. But this, that you're gonna have 600 people in a building and, watching a game, you gotta have all your safety features work.
Sure,
Because if a fire struck out here and something didn't go right, and now we got a problem. But we've got that taken care of. We've already done it. We've already did it because we talked about it. Kyle and I talked about it after it happened.
So Bill, how many people know how to run that generator? It's you?
Myself, I think Bruce,
Uh,
I think Bruce Kennedy, he does a service on it for us. So
is it propane or diesel?
it's diesel. It's got an 800-gallon tank underneath.
So that's another thing. I think more people should know how to run it in case you're gone.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
And especially like if emergency happens.
Except
Yeah.
when we stuck it
Someone
on-
should know
we
how to
stuck
put-
it before.
But if you have an auto, you should train other people.
That's right. The bridge is.
Maybe, I don't know, building principal maybe. I mean, or because they're the ones that are at the game, and if something happens, you go either shut back off or, you know what I mean?
We could make that one of
If
those
you're
jobs.
gone,
Yeah, and we talked about that before, so getting the people trained up. So, but again, what we want to do is leave it to automatic next year. So it kicked right back on. So within, I'm guessing within 30 seconds, he should be up and
Well, it doesn't hurt anything to leave it on, does it?
no, not really. It's just that every time the power goes out, boom, it kicks back on.
well, not anymore, it's 6 hours.
True.
Well, yeah. Oh, the power out.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
because everything is
The
on
thing
now.
was, is they came from Puyallup area to play a game, and they got that more in the first quarter, and they had to go and come back the next week. So
The other
I mean,
part is,
that's
so
what,
it's
2
worked
days
out by
to come
Orca.
back and play.
2 days later.
2 days, and that's
So I'm
expensive
only
for
supposed
us.
to have
Well, you bet. And it's hard on the kids.
How would it be if we went over, we'd be upset about it.
Three
Yeah,
different
I
areas.
would blame them.
The environment.
So we do have to have an
That's why we need
we
to
have
train
16
the
hours.
PUD to work on high voltage.
And I have to go back. If they come out and they check it every couple of years and whatnot, we pay a bonus. Because it's, I believe it's 500 something.
You bet you.
It's a big consultant. But no, with Bill Paul, we'll get that squared away so that next year we can just leave it on automatic. I'll work with Brenda and Kyle. We'll do some training on how to use it and what they need to do. It's a
Yeah.
switch.
Can you look in, though, on the emergency lights inside the gym?
You want to know what happened there? I can tell you right off
Oh,
the bat.
yeah.
We had the old fixtures that were there a long time ago, the metal halide that had those little restarts that were up in them. I believe that's what it was. Anyway, those got switched over and they didn't have battery backups in that new, those new lights that are up there. Is what it is.
Lucky you got phones
Yeah.
that light up. It was kind of like a concert.
People will start,
God.
people start bringing flashlights to our events.
But they made it.
The good thing is with the new generator, it will light it all right back.
Because they were way up on top.
Oh,
They just
geez.
walked up and right now.
So get down when you put your fingers
The
down.
last, yeah, another learning. Yeah. And you guys handled it wonderfully. Everyone was calm and the crowd was good.
Tried to get some popcorns, you know.
I think that's amazing.
There must have been a bunch of surplus.
Yeah, no. Or half good.
Okay.
But we'll get you guys squared away and get it taken care of next year.
Thank you for that.
No problem. Thanks, everybody.
Other than all that, it was the generator a good deal then in the long run?
Yeah, it's a good generator. It's a big generator and I want to say, Diana, they only spent like, the FEMA gave us the grant for most of it. I believe it ran around 387,000.
Mhm.
So it was. Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
So it's-
well, that's because we're a shelter.
We only spent money for engineering it, which was about 300,
Substantial.
that, or 30,000, 30 or 40,000.
I think that's what it was. So,
But that was part of the reason why we got it too, the grant.
and we're also an emergency, Red Cross shelter here. It's great. So, gives the
Hope we don't
community-
ever have to use it.
Correct.
We did for the fires this past summer,
That's
yeah.
right.
Four bridges you gotta get.
We'll get that taken care of and try to get it all switched over.
Okay, well, thanks, Bill.
You guys.
We'll try hear from you a little later. Yep, we do. Okay, second thing on report, board training
So
requirements.
every board member has to have Open Public Meetings Act, OPMA training when you first take office. You have to do it within 90 days. All of you met that. But every 4 years, you have to have a refresher training course. And so Hazel and I found a training through the Attorney General's office that we can either send to you and you do it at home. It's about a 16-minute training, or we can tack it on to a meeting and do a small work session, get it all done together, and then get our certification. So which would you prefer?
What do you want us to be honest about?
I do want you to be
Then maybe
very
we
honest
oughta-
about it.
We need to go do it together. I don't care.
Tack it onto the meeting. Okay.
I was gonna say I could do it at home,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
whatever.
So can I don't care, however anybody wants to do it. I don't care either.
That way we can just get it done.
Okay.
So what are
We'll
we
do
gonna do?
We're
it
gonna do
here?
a little work session. Yeah.
Next meeting.
And it would be good because you might have questions and you might want to talk about what it is and what it isn't.
Yeah, you want food.
Pizza,
about still
whatever
going?
you want,
Oh, man.
Mexican food, whatever you want. Hamburgers.
Doing that before a meeting, or this is a separate work session?
We would do it adjacent to a meeting. I mean, like a 30-minute work session prior or after. Preferably not the next meeting because I have to travel to
If we did it after the meeting.
Seattle that night for another meeting the next morning.
Well, it's up to you. Put it on our
Okay.
schedule.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever fits your schedule. Okay, the entrance conference for our state auditor.
So the state auditors are here and this is every other year they do what's called a single audit. And then that next year they do an accountability audit. A single audit means that they're going to choose one of your federal programs. They have chosen our COVID dollars to audit. And then they had a list of probably 7 other items. One of them was Open Public Meetings Act, things that they were going to audit. And then they came back and told us that they're delaying the accountability audit until next school year.
That's
Because
good.
they are short staffed and are, it's taking them a long time to get through other government entities. So we have another single audit, which is very odd for us. We're used to that every other year accountability audit.
Okay.
And we pay for that
Yes, we do.
Mhm.
quite a bit.
Mhm. So it's going to be a shorter audit this year.
Kind of like paying sales tax when we go to school.
It'll be done.
Pay the government for the, their own money back. Kind of crazy. Okay. Great. Yes, we're board members. Anybody on the board have a report to make about anything?
The scholarship auction. Is there someplace we can take stuff? Yeah,
Varies.
to Jerry's?
Mhm.
Has he got a place down there?
It's my understanding.
Down at the saw shop?
We doing it here? Have we seen it?
I
Oh,
think we'll do it stuff here too.
okay.
You can take stuff to Dalton.
Oh, here or down there?
Or Dolphins.
Oh, down
Or Dalton can do it too. They'll take
to the
stuff
shop?
to the office.
Office.
Yeah, we're a month out.
And no, it's not very far away.
Up
That's all I was wondering about.
Okay.
We didn't do anybody in here? Yeah, good retreat. Oh, yeah. Good pizza.
That
Yeah,
was
it was
good
really
pizza.
good.
That was really good pizza.
I was thinking maybe we ought to have our regular board meeting, especially in the summer when it stays lighter.
Brenda, did your school improvement team get pizza?
No, we went to Three Rivers.
Oh.
You were close, but not close enough. Oh,
Next time.
Mhm.
all right. Anybody else?
Yeah, I
Shannon?
do. Just kind of update sports. Wrestling did great. We got first at league, first at regionals. We're taking 14 kids to state on Friday.
Boys and girls?
Mhm. So we have 4 girls that are going and 10 boys. Alternate, sorry. I was like,
I just showed 11.
We're taking 11.
one alternate, yes. So, but 14 that will be participating. So that is pretty exciting. Boys basketball are still in it. Girls basketball still
Oh,
in
boys
it.
are still in. I know
Yeah.
they lost, but so now they're on a losing out situation.
They lose one
When do they play?
Play Wednesday.
Wednesday. Girls play tomorrow.
Oh,
Mhm.
none of them here.
No.
No.
Hmm.
Um,
Any of it streaming anywhere?
Watched on NH.
and they, sometimes they have it on the YouTube. I like that. you don't have to
Yeah,
pay for.
Montesano's what you need to.
Yes,
All
I
the-
love Montesano, yeah.
All the other ones that are on.
We have to pay,
Yeah.
Paid of you?
yeah.
$11 a month.
And then, yeah, so sports, everyone's still in it, going good. I'm gonna say something about the chess club, but I really don't know the accurate information. You guys know? I know they went to like state or something.
They went to regionals.
Regionals, okay.
None of them qualified, so they're not gonna, move on to state.
Yeah, but they did go through, so
They
I
fought
thought
hard.
that was kind of cool.
The team lost going to state by 0.5.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
That's pretty good.
Is there any kind of a conflict that arises since the club has expanded to junior high or middle school students, you know, and there's always this concern about separation of high school from middle school. It's not a problem in the club, at the club level.
The junior or the middle school kids do their work they're in a enrichment class. I actually observe them. And so it's really about the travel to the regional competition is when they're with them. They don't
Okay.
actually practice with them.
Oh.
The high school chess does their thing after school, and then the middle school does theirs during enrichment class in the beginning of the school day.
Okay.
Anyways, and I have one more thing, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
good.
Maybe Brenda. So, the schools implemented the, new little buzz you in thing. And I was wondering if we could just, I'd like to hear how that's going. I've heard positive
All the
comments
schools
about
are
it.
doing it?
And not middle school because it's hard
Too
to,
many doors.
too many doors.
But elementary, I know, and high school, so.
Yeah. So, let's see, I think it gets closed about 8:15. And then, as soon as it does, Sue has software, all the staff has software on their computers, where it rings just like a door can, and then Sue buzzes them in. Everybody's been really, really positive. The only big issue that we had was, the door stopper.
Yeah.
It was a tripping hazard, so they'll fix that last week, and it's up and running.
So it's only this door that gets buzzed in?
Mhm.
Because I saw students trying to get in yesterday or Friday, I guess, trying to get in one of the side doors down there.
Yes,
They were somewhat
Those are
frustrated.
those are locked all the time, but the kids will still let them in. So we're trying to send a message that we'd like you to use the front door for safety.
I think it's great.
And I think Sue really likes it because the students make faces at her.
Yes, it's like a ring camera, so yeah, she can hear and
Yes,
see
and her-
everything that's going on out front there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so,
why I try it.
Same thing at the elementary.
and elementary seems to be working good too.
I don't know. if
Do they
use
buzz
it.
in at the elementary? Okay, because they were you coming around and opening the door. So the buzz thing, oh, that's what that panel is there. I thought that was to catch me stealing UPS packages.
Yeah.
That's
That
the
too?
Security Solutions contract that was for those. So, what you guys did.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I didn't know we were doing this.
That was the
Maybe I
Security
did.
Solutions. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Ron, anybody? Me neither. All right, well, let's move on then to old business.
How about my-
You want something?
no, Myron?
Oh, Myron, you have anything for us or Sheila?
I don't have anything this evening.
No, I don't think so. We're doing really well. We started our next cohort of kids today. Our enrollment's really strong right now, and we're excited about where we're headed.
Okay.
I will share that it is Myron's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We would have a cake.
We could have.
You could have had a cake.
That's all right.
So is that a fake background or is that your?
Yeah. Oh no, you don't want to see what my office really looks like. This makes it look more amazing.
Yeah, it does. I'm impressed. Okay, I'll have to look into those. Okay, thank you all. Let's go then now to old business, and thanks, Kevin, for reminding me. Old business, revision of board policy number 3503, fundraising activities involving students. Weren't a lot of changes there.
No, just
Just
the
two words.
since and to because, yeah, well, really the big changes with procedures, we did not have procedures.
Yeah, and there's a
There's a
gobble,
typo in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
won't-
just noticed that. Yeah,
kind of a gobbledygook.
Like 39 something the
Yeah,
symbol,
yeah.
yeah. But needless to say, with the policy, you have to have a motion, and then I'll talk a little bit about the procedures of why we added the procedures, if you want to know.
Down here where it says revised, though, you've got 2023, bottom of the page.
Okay, well, then we need to have that as 2024.
You got an eye
I did not catch that. Yes, it is 2024. So if you make the motion, you have to make that change with it. We'll make sure it happens.
Okay,
I'll make a motion with changes.
good.
I'll second it.
All right. Any questions further or comments? All those in favor of revising board policy 3503, fundraising activities involving students, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No, no nays. Okay, you want to talk about the
Yeah, and
procedures?
so under the procedure, first of all, there is a typo in F that and gobbledygook number 39. I'm not sure how that got in there. I didn't catch that. But the primary rationale for putting procedures in, which is really describes what we do with our ASB, required by ASB, what our auditors would look at, is Myron's group. Myron now has an ASB, an active ASB, and so their fundraising looks a little bit different than our fundraising because it's mostly online. So if you look at the following fundraising activities are approved, in talking with other school districts who do online programs for us to meet auditing, we need to mention that we would engage in online products from companies who provide a storefront website for products, who have published inventory of products, and who offer a percentage of online sales for fundraising. So Myron just recently had a C's Candy sales, and then they got their ASB got a percentage of whatever was sold online. And so what that looks like is if you're a kid, you send the links out, and then if you want to buy for the fundraiser, you just get online and put all your information in there. So it's very different than what we're used to doing.
Could we do that also?
We could do that also. And then the other big thing, that any activities in excess of 10,000 must be submitted to the principal and the superintendent for approval. I don't know that we've ever had any fundraising activities that would exceed $10,000, but you have to have that. And we locally determine that threshold. I don't think we would ever have a fundraiser like that.
Never say never.
Yeah, with the way inflation is and all.
Yeah.
The PTO just had a bake sale made over $1,500.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good.
All righty, thanks. So on to B, revision of board policy 1733, board member compensation.
So
That was interesting.
and there it is, the wrong date again, Mike. Did you catch that? February 2023. Should be February 12, 2024.
See, even the computers have trouble with dates writing that down.
Anyway,
And there's no T after district. Just if you want to care.
got it.
Get technical.
So the reason I'm bringing this up is I brought one training, but I'm gonna bring additional training that now is mandated by legislation. And so in talking with other school districts, currently the going rate for if you wish to get paid, you would have to, of course, approve this board policy. And then if you want to get paid if you don't want to get paid, you would have to put a written waiver. My understanding is you'd have to put a written waiver that you do not want to get paid, but you would be afforded $50 for every time you meet or go to a training, $50 a day, not to exceed 4,000, $800. And a lot of places are now compensating board members because of childcare. But again, we have traditionally, at least as long as I have been here, board have not received pay.
As long as I've been here,
Prior to that,
so
you
that's
did
30
not.
years. I don't think they ever have, to be honest.
My understanding is that there is language in legislation for that to be $50 a day increase, but I don't know whether or not it made it out of the House and the Senate yet. But
Well, it's kind of moot for us anyway, until we all, if you run again, if we pass that, you don't see it until the next time you
next
get
time.
elected,
yeah,
unless you want the $50. Again, whatever you want. So,
I just thought it was worthy of discussion.
yeah.
Can we afford it?
We can now.
That'll be the first thing to get cut, starting with yours. Okay,
Closer you are to town. Well, we could
Yeah.
take the money and give it to the scholarship auction too. Do something like
you
that.
could, but you'd have to pay taxes.
Oh, God.
All right,
Yes, we
well,
have never done the waiver, and so.
I have,
Have you done it?
way back when I first got on. I don't even know if it still exists.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would think that every year that would start over, you would either do the waiver or not, but you probably need to follow our own board policy. So,
And if you
If-
want it, let it be known.
yeah, and so we'll provide the waivers at the next meeting, and then if you don't sign the waiver, then you can get paid, and we'll have there's a process, there's a form you have to fill out.
Well, you gotta make a motion first, and I don't think there's a motion on the floor, so let's just move on. Then you don't have to bring the waiver, right?
Yeah, if we choose not to have a motion. Oh, wait, we have to revise the policy though.
If
So
you
we-
want it or not,
Well, I think we need to revise the policy regardless of whether we
so it
want
meets
it.
the law.
So we don't have to take the money,
Mm-mm.
but we do need to have the policy. Because somebody might want the money someday, so. All right, so is there a motion to revise policy 1733?
I'll make a motion to revise policy number 1730.
Is there a second?
I'll
sorry.
Oh.
And if there is no second, then we just throw it away, so, don't feel obliged if you don't want it.
That'd be with changes too.
Mhm. And the 24th, yeah.
Okay. So there's a first and a second. Change that policy with the date change for revision. Any questions, comments before we go to a vote? Not hearing any. All those in favor of revising board policy 1733, board member compensation, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No nays. There was nothing in there about back pay.
You
I
can
don't
amend
think you can
Bill,
do that.
Like 6 years, meeting.
So,
Wow.
let's see, 4,800 times 30 years. That's 125,000. We can afford that. Okay,
Thank you. Yeah, there we go.
last thing on old business is Spartan
Oh, wait.
Stadium Phase
Go
2.
back up to the.
Looking good.
Good pictures.
Bill?
Well, phase 2 is underway. They've got the walls up and they've rolled trusses on the roof there. So we should start seeing them sheathing it this week. They just nailed the walls down today. So, well, basically they had to bolt the walls in. So they squared and leveled everything and bolted the walls down. So everything's kind of coming together. You'll see that there was a small mistake on the culvert
Go to the
that's
next,
there.
go to,
So
yeah, there we go.
they have to reorder some culvert because it sticks up too high. It's about, I'm gonna say, I think it's about 4 feet too high on the culvert.
That
It's,
concrete thing?
correct. That one's not the one, but you'll see what it is, kind of like right here. They put something down in the hole so they could kind of put some stuff around it so that there wasn't a gigantic hole there. One on the other side as well. But the culvert's called for 13 feet on that.
And that was a civil engineering issue. It wasn't the contractors. It was in the civil engineering documents.
Correct.
So this is gonna be a change order then, fix this, or no?
No,
No.
they're sending the other stuff back and just getting the right stuff coming is what they're doing.
Oh, the concrete thing and all?
Catch basin that's there,
Oh,
they're sending it back. And so they'll get it replaced there.
No change order.
No,
So it would have stuck 4 feet above the ground?
would have stuck 4 feet. It called for 13 feet. And actually, when we were talking about, I said 13 feet, that's the depth of the drain field that's there. They only went down 13 feet. So that's past the lower portion of the
So we
drain
might have
field
needed that Red Cross.
through there. So the
unit
pipe
to
though is only down
started
about
working.
8 feet that they have to grab onto with that. So,
Yeah.
so anyway, that's something that's getting fixed as we speak. So they can get all that put back together. Posts are going up. Chris is doing a great job. Marwin with Web Builders. So he's doing a really good job on that. So it's looking good.
That's a different contractor than did the other fencing.
Correct. The last one was Rainbow Sweepers, the last fence. And this is Web Builders from Forks that's doing this fence.
Did we do,
It was bid out through Hope Construction.
Oh,
and
okay.
Marwin got the bid
Okay.
through Hope.
where's
So
this Marwich?
He used to work for Scott Basinger and then bought the business. when
I'm
Scott
sorry?
left. He used to work for Scott Basinger.
Oh,
and bought
okay,
the
so
business
he's,
when Scott left.
there's still a business around.
Yeah. Yep. So
Oh,
he's still
okay.
doing fence and windows and he's doing a great job. So he's got most of the fence posts up around the inside of the track. So his plan is to get all that done, get the fencing on there, hopefully before track season gets here. And then they'll start on the outside and just do a section at a time. So we don't have too much open at once. Is his plan. But,
So how's that gonna work like when you're playing soccer and the ball goes over the fence? Who goes over and hits it?
well, no,
whoever
he should
can-
have the fence up by then.
Oh.
So those posts are in place now and he'll be pulling fencing before long.
So they put,
It's only 4 foot, same as before.
so when they start doing the outside fence, are they gonna put something in the gap to keep the yahoos from driving wherever they can inside the fence?
They've been pretty good about getting that done. So like I said, they're gonna do a section at a time. So
Yeah.
they'll put their posts in and then probably run a bunch of tape and stuff through there and whatnot. So as they do it.
Cause I noticed the old ShopRite has invited a number of late night marauders.
Yeah.
The cameras are working good over there.
Cameras on the Grand Center working
Yeah.
great. We lost in that power outage. We lost the camera on the tower. So Michael was ordering us another
The
camera.
only thing I left off was the rat picture.
The what?
Yeah. Unfortunately,
In the
we
bathroom?
caught it. No, out at the new grandstand. A rat got underneath there and got into our grass seed that we have for the
Ooh,
yards out front. But then they
home
moved
run.
the Kyle's top mat that goes, the brand new mat, I think they're not very old. 2 years old. Yeah, anyway, his new track mats. So the topper that goes on it, it's rolled up. They got in there and 8 holes all through it. What was the cost on that? $500. Yeah,
Insurance cover that, or is that our deductible?
It's an expensive rat.
that was expensive rat. But
Are we gonna stuff it
got
and put it in our
we got
trophy
it.
case?
Snap traps. So we got more in there too, but we do have Orkin. So our last pesticide company, they decided they weren't going to come out here any longer. And so the hospital used them, we used them on RC and such. So now we've gone ahead and signed with Orkin. So Orkin will be coming out, putting in their bait boxes and such. So we'll have all the bait boxes and stuff back in place. And so unfortunately, they just didn't get here soon enough to have something underneath there.
See Bill sitting there with his shotgun underneath, please.
Yeah,
See its head.
I had, yeah. Then we put a bunch of traps out there.
Will they be reviewing this?
They ate the grass seed, but
So
then
we're
they
not
got in
supposed
there
to have
and
any guns
they
on.
tear holes and make nests with it. So
It's
they,
air.
I wonder why rats go places those you meant to eat.
I don't know. I'm concerned because we haven't unrolled the fencing yet, for the fast pitch programs. And they have been getting into the fast pitch fencing too. And so I'm hoping it's not.
They have incredible snippers.
But,
Hey, Bill?
yeah,
And then
so-
the only other thing that I want to add is that the structure for the roof of they're coming out this week, right?
Yes.
On the bathroom?
To fix, no, on
The
the,
19th, they're coming out the
Oh,
19th.
oh,
19th
bleacher.
to fix
That's
the,
what I was just gonna ask if we got the leak fixed. I haven't been in a couple board meetings.
oh, yeah,
We
so
had a
they're
meeting.
fixing it without pay and they're gonna bring in, they're gonna overlap. Right now, what'd you say, that's 4 inches, that's it?
3 to 4 inches is the overlap on the metal. And so they're coming back out. They're gonna peel that first sheet off and they're gonna add another sheet in there and then put the other sheet back. So we have 3 sheets across that roof. And so you'll have more like 4 feet of coverage both ways.
That's kind of dangerous, isn't it? How long would it take them?
It's gonna take them a little bit.
Yeah. Well, there's a lift.
Yeah, they'll jump up.
But I know, that's why they're headed though.
Well, that's
Hopefully the
next
wind
week,
don't
not
pick up.
this week, I forgot, yeah.
Yeah, February 19th, they'll be here.
No, someone asked me about it and I go, well, I haven't been to a board meeting for a while, so.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask about it.
No, we sat down in a meeting with them and they were great to work with.
They were
I mean,
within 5 minutes, they said, we'll come fix it, here's what we wanna do.
Yeah, they were great to work with. And as a matter of fact, we didn't even get a chance to get in there to suggest anything. They just went, this is the problem.
Here's what we
We'll
wanna
get
do.
it taken care of. What do you think?
Great.
Good for
So it
them.
was really good. So,
Maybe they'll get to build our baseball stadium.
There you go. Put a roof over it and then we
Yeah.
get it during the rain.
I'm telling you, dome situations. are things to do.
Dome.
Yeah.
but the project's going well out there. Again, you got some walls up now, you got the roof up, the trusses are up. They're waiting for those catch basins. I noticed Civil wasn't there today, but the framers were there today and a couple of Hawks guys were here today. And Chris is out there making sure he gets that fixed. So it's all proceeding as planned.
I found we had our granddaughter over at the playground over here and we're coming on Sunday. This Sunday before.
Yeah, they're trying to get those walls in place
Yeah.
and such. Yeah.
Uh,
And they work Saturday to get the
It
trusses.
was nice out, so.
Yeah, they're wanting to get it done. And they told us as it gets longer days, they plan on staying longer. So
How are they to work with?
easy to work with. They've been really good guys to work with. If we have any issues, we let them know and they take care of it right away. We had some parking dump trucks in the way so they could see stop signs, things like that. And they jumped right on it and took care of things and whatnot. So that,
Great.
so far, Kyle with Hoke, Kyle Priest has been great to work with.
And so they're gonna be doing the wall as a little,
Correct.
they're gonna do all that.
They're gonna do all that. And we just got a price back that I think will be coming to you guys on the next board meeting for the Little League change order that we've got for that water and power to run out there for those guys. I believe it's coming on the next one. So.
Great.
But, any questions on anything? Anything you'd like me to ask them? Anything that? Okay. Well, the
No.
project looks like it's going well. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. New business. Superintendent's contract.
Is that posted or?
Make sure all the dates are right.
That's important.
It looks like it was. Yeah. All right, well. Is there a motion to approve Diana's contract? This will add one more year to 3 years.
Is it 3?
So
I'll make a motion.
to,
I'll second.
I assume that's to approve her contract. Any discussion, questions, objections? No? All those in favor of approving Diana's contract for the 1-year addition at the going rate? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. None are opposed. You're stuck.
What you do, I wouldn't do for that amount.
Well, that's 2 of us. All right, then I believe, unless there's somebody who has something for the good of the order, we are adjourned.
Wow, that was faster than I thought. I thought it was
And
gonna
it's
be
not
a
even
long.
7 yet. What's the matter? Oh,
Oh, saying bye.
Bye.
Here, Myron.
Bye, have a good evening.
oh yeah.
You too.
Have a great night. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Signatures now.
She lived in California.
She did.